Steve, how many in your team right now are working on this car?
Probably about 15 or 16 actual, 9 probably the main core guys, but there's a lot of guys go get ice or run errands or do stuff that we need to get done.
Yeah. Is this a fairly relaxed deal right now? Like you just know what you got to do when you do it?
No, it's not relaxed at all. We went down twice and we sucked. So, if we suck this time, we're going to go jerk the motor out and put something else in and it'll go faster.
Because we're not here for a haircut, right? We're here to break a record.
Well, the records, the course is so crappy right now that it's like it's wet, so you can't get any traction, and the course is a mile shorter than the records we're running against. So if we get a record, we have to get a record in 4 miles that you normally have 5 miles to get a record. So it's kind of a moot point right now on the record deal, but the one thing left here to get is the Hot Rod Trophy. We've had it 7 years in a row, and some turbine car kicked our ass last year. We're not very happy about that, so we got a couple of bullets in the trailer. If it don't work out, we'll go pluck this thing out and get another one here.
That's a sidecar, right?
Yeah. Shitbox sidecar.
So how long till this thing lets loose, Steve?
Probably another 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay, and what's George doing right now? I see he just walks around.
George is sitting in the back of the pickup just hanging out.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool.
Oh, he's cool. He's a cool cat.
Considering he's going to do how many mile an hour you're hoping today, realistically?
If we can go over 350, it would be a good day.
333 yesterday, right?
Yeah, 348 is a record, but that's a record in a 5 mile, but you can set a record in any timed mile. So
right.
If we can go from the 3 to the 4, the same over 350 average, then that puts we can beat the 5 mile record of 348.
You just roll out the numbers, 348.
Well, it's
you know what I mean? Like,
well, when people go to Knoxville, Shots is there, right?
Yeah.
Who you gotta beat?
Yeah.
Now it looks like it's gravel.
Steve, it's really cool to see you.
Congratulations to gravel.
Yeah. Just gonna say that
awesome.
You've got the JJR 41 on the back there. You guys are big.
A buddy of mine.
Yeah, that is super cool.
That was awesome.
Maybe we can get another Knoxville Nationals today for speed debut team, right?
That would be great.
You are a badass. What are you thinking at this point before you just hopefully do 350 down that little bit of salt there?
We want to go 350. We'd like to make about a 360 pass this morning, go downtown. It's going to be hard to do on a 4 mile course. We can do it if we got all the bugs worked out of the engine computer wise.
So you're just sitting here chilling? What are you thinking about at this point? Or are you thinking about nothing?
I'm not thinking about anything. Get in and drive. You don't think about bad, you just don't think.
What is it about this event? Why do you do this?
Well, competitiveness for one, and I just always done it. That's what we do.
Yeah, how long have you been doing it for?
Well, I've been racing about 25 years, but I've been coming out here and reading about it for the last 50 years. It's been a part of my life even before I started coming racing. It was part of your dreams back then.
So it's always been a bucket list kind of thing?
Always what you wanted to do.
You must have so much going on in that car in the time that you head up there. Does it go fast? Like, does it, in your mind, does it all happen pretty quick?
It's not real quick. You have to make some quick decisions as you're going down through there. You've got several things you have to pay attention to while you're going. We have 5 things that have to happen almost simultaneously going down through there, and then shut down. And the biggest thing you worry about is making a mistake and letting the team down after they worked so hard out here for 2 weeks. If it's a failure, you don't want it to be you.
You know that they have salt at the ocean, right?
Yeah.
You could be laying under a palm tree somewhere with a daiquiri or something like that, but that's not the same kind of salt now, is it?
I don't go to the ocean. I don't like sand.
And that would be missing the point now, wouldn't it? Because your passion is automobiles, isn't it?
It is. That's what I do for a hobby. It's what I do something daily, every day.
How many vehicles do you have in your collection, George?
100 or so different stages. I've got builders, I've got parts cars, we've got finished cars, but they, you know, there's 50 to 60 cars now that we drive on a regular schedule.
50 or 60 daily drivers.
Yeah.
Right. About the same as you, Jimbo, right?
Yeah, close, real close.
How many daily drivers do you have, Jimbo?
Single.
Did you sleep well last night? You seem like such a cool critter to me, George. You just chilled.
I slept okay for a 71-year-old man.
You know there's not many 71-year-olds that are trying to do 360 mile an hour today, right?
There's one other one out here, Dave Spangler. He's older than me. But we don't call it age old out here. We call it maturity.
I like.
I'm a mature driver.
Are you?
Out here.
There's not much mature about what's going on down there, George.
Yeah.
How long will you do this for?
Well, we've got certain goals that we've set for ourselves. We've got a pretty high goal set for this week, and it didn't happen because of the course. And we'll be back next year for it. We'll run in September to try to get that goal. If we don't, we'll be back out here in August. But I'll come as long as I can get in and out of the car, I guess.
And you've had a fair bit of rain, George, on the circuit. It hasn't made it easy to drive. How has that changed conditions for you? Is it softer, a bit more unpredictable?
Well, the salt is really rough. It was rough before the rain. The rain didn't make it rough. It's real soft in spots, and it ruts up real quick when cars go through it. So you end up with your car moving around a lot when you drive across it. You just have to hold on the steering wheel and be ready to move it. If it moves on you, have to move it back.
When you were a little kid, did you dream of doing 360 mile an hour? Did it ever enter your head?
You never dreamed about a certain speed like that. Yeah, when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, you read about me, Thompson, going 400, and Craig Breedlove, going 600. You didn't ever dream about going that fast. No, but you always had a coat hanger tied to the governor on a tractor trying to make it go fast. Instead of 15, you were trying to make it go 25.
You weren't loading bags of ice into the back of pretty well a rocket to do 360 mile an hour, George.
Yeah, well, try to keep the engine cool.
It's amazing technology that goes into this, and a big team that works very hard for you, isn't it?
A very good team. They're the only reason I'm here, the team. Yeah.
Wow, it's really cool to meet you. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you break that record today, sir.
We need some luck, but I've made a pledge to them that if we mess up, it won't be me.
Maybe there could be some Aussie luck for you today, mate.
Okay.
Get after it, George.
Okay.
Thank you. Steve, we just met your driver.
Yeah.
If that isn't the coolest man I think I've ever met. He's like, there's ice water in his veins.
Yeah, he is cool. He doesn't get very excited about anything except when he goes like 450 or 460. He gets out of the car. And you'll be down there for that. We go good. You'll know when he opens the cockpit. He's got a biggest grin on his face.
Really?
It's what he lives for. He loves this stuff.
It just, I just don't want to let down the team.
All the guys on this team are freaking incredible. I mean, they're kind of handpicked. They're all good dudes I've met all over the years, and they're really good at what they do. And they all kind of mesh together and gel, and we won't see each other everybody meets here. So there's guys from Tennessee, there's Carbon Canyon's brother from North Carolina. They're all here, and then Drinan was here last year, and I think I'm going to bring him back next year. Just a matter of timing for us. But it's all good guys. I mean, any one of these guys could probably be a crew chief. I mean, they're that talented.
71-year-olds are normally out on the golf course.
Yeah,
right?
Not him.
I don't think he'd even have seen a golf course.
He's a car guy for sure. He just was at breakfast this morning said he got a 68 Hearst Mustang, whatever, something with an automatic. He had an automatic so he could drive it. So he's a car enthusiast, and he's very supportive of the whole car industry.
Now, you've prepped this thing now. You've done everything you can?
Yep.
Everyone seems pretty relaxed,
Yeah, no, the thing we have here is we're just fighting the course. It's like going out on hot laps, things so sloppy you just push and hit the fence. we're gonna go try to go 350 on that. So we're kind of at the mercy of the course, but we're here and we're not gonna. There's still the hot rod trophy. The fastest car here is gonna take home that trophy.
And trophies are what it's all about, Steve.
Yeah, that's it.
Not ideal, Steve-O,
Oh no.
but you got a spare, right?
Yeah, we got a couple legs out of bed on here.
Just happens that way sometimes. You're turning
When
stuff
you
pretty hard, aren't you?
Shipped it at 10 grand.
It's a lot of load.
Goes wrong in a hurry.
How many spares do you carry on a week?
We got 4 different engines,
Okay.
all different sizes, so
Okay.
different classes. So now we'll run AA, which is the biggest motor, which we're still not going to go very fast, but we just have to be now the fastest here.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we got.
How long will this process take?
Well, if we didn't have to clean the belly pan, it'd be like just over an hour.
Okay.
But we're gonna pull the motor out, pull the tranny out, give it to the guys in the back. They're gonna strip all the belly pans off, get all the oil off them. We'll get the other motors ready.
And there's no rush because you can't go till tomorrow, is that right?
We'll run tomorrow morning.
Yeah, right. So you got a whole day
Yeah.
because the salt wouldn't be any good late in the afternoon
No,
anyway,
it
would
gets
it?
where every minute goes by, it gets worse.
Speeds on the 911 car in mile 2, 210.913. In the quarter, 237.996. Mile 3, 243.706. Mile 4, 241.288. And he managed to keep it straight. A little bit around, I hear, but got to go off the end of the race course. Best mile with the third mile, 243.706.
If I looked at your driver's license, would I see the name Carbon Kenny, or what name would I see?
You would see Kenny Colesbeck, and that's what my parole officer wanted me to put on there.
How many years have you been around this stuff?
This stuff, I have a twin brother that's at Hendricks right now, and we've both been involved in motorsports since we could reach over the fender.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that would be how many years roughly?
Well, I'm 59 years on this planet so far, so maybe 54, 50-ish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you still love it as much as you ever did, Kenny?
absolutely. Quite lucky. We moved to Southern California in 1969, and I mean, that's where a lot of things happen. And I was actually asking George how he got involved in this. He could do anything he wanted or whatever, and he goes, it was the magazines, Hot Rod Magazine, Carcraft and everything, which is the same thing I was told. I had a friend named Little John Butero, who's a street rod guy out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, and friggin' magazines. They're like, those guys get to work on their stuff 12 months out of the year. And so it's interesting that George said the very same thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so being in Southern California, it's friggin' year round and everything.
Well, I mean, does everybody respect California? Like, yes, it's a cool place, but as far as hardcore racing stuff, Midwest, East Coast.
There's still a lot of stuff going
Right.
on, hot rod stuff, drag race stuff. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of people have moved to the Midwest, the drag race especially,
Yeah.
because it's central to their racetracks.
Yes.
But still there's a lot of stuff going on there, and then there's a lot more stuff going on in the North Carolina area now. It's blossomed or whatever, but I think a lot of it started in Southern California and coming out here and, watching these guys in the 50s getting to do all this stuff in the middle of winter, our winter on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
I love the fact that it feels like I've stepped onto the movie set of
No,
the
it's
world's
the moon.
fastest
You stepped
Indian.
onto
No,
the
is that what
moon.
it is?
The moon. Surface of the moon looks just like this place.
It feels like I'm on the set though of the world's
How
fastest
cool
Indian.
is that, right?
Everybody's dressed in that sort of period style dress.
Right.
People walk around in white overalls, and
Right.
so you guys are cutting edge, right? What we're doing here is space frame technology and cutting edge stuff,
Yeah.
and engine management stuff. But there's old guys out there running motorcycles and street rods.
Friggin' awesome. And I mean, all the guys that were in line this morning for record attempts, 50 cc's, 100 cc's and stuff, and they got full leathers and helmets like they were at Isle of Man, and, and they push off, and you're just like, cool.
I love the fact that so many of you guys have a sprint car culture as well, Kenny.
And that's how actually Steve Watt and I got associated. He did some stuff for the car and he did some carbon fiber help. I followed this car for a long time, and he called me up, and we were friends, but I never worked with him. And he's just like, "Hey, I need some help." I'm like, "Okay." And went out to Ventura and looked at what he had to do, and between him and I, we got it sorted out. It was an intake system on the old car. And he's like, "You want to come out?" And I'm like, "Duh." I guess I'm doing something right. And he's like, "Keep coming," So there's a lot of sprint car guys, and that's how they all got involved. And it's I think like he told you, if we weren't here, we'd be at Knoxville.
So, with an obvious comment, the Carbon Kenny thing comes with your passion for carbon fiber.
Yeah, and I did. I was around it in IndyCar racing, did that for a while and everything, and then went to work in North Carolina for the Mazda GTP program.
Yep.
And we made all of our own stuff. Max Crawford did that. And he was kind enough to let me hang out, and I started making some stuff for my motorcycle and screwing stuff up, and that's how it started, and people asked me to make something.
God bless America.
Absolutely.
Hey, how good is that?
I'm every day. I'm lucky. Yeah, it's good. And I like what I do every day. Every day it's something different, and we just keep working with our hands. We're just different kinds of fabricators with the carbon stuff.
But I mean, with this carbon stuff, it's a pivotal part in this whole performance of this car, right?
I don't know. I mean, Kenny Detweiler does such a nice job. He could probably push a brick through here. But he makes us look good, and the body shape is pretty cool. And that was done by some airplane guys years back, and we just tuned down a little bit.
How cool is George Poteet? I mean, like,
wow.
I know, right?
Salt of the earth. Pays his bills before he gets them. Kindest. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He has that privilege, and I mean, he drives out here from Memphis. He could fly in his own jet if he wanted to.
Was that his truck back there that has the 200-mile-an-hour club with the Tennessee plates?
Yeah, I think it says 439 under or something like
Yes,
that. Yes,
yeah.
that's his pickup truck.
But he's just so gentle.
And when we're on the Salt, if it's 7 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, he's here. If we're here till 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 10 p.m. and it's 104 degrees, he's here. He's always here. There's no motorhome out here. There's no sitting in the car with the air conditioning. George is under the tent with us.
It's a remarkable team. It's a big team too, Kenny, isn't it? There's 20 guys, right?
I think the other day we were saying there's 27 people at breakfast. Thank you, George.
Nobody's getting in each other's way, though. It's a pretty good system.
And what's really cool is I've got to do a lot of stuff and everything, and everybody else has too or whatever, but there's friggin' no egos. You can walk right behind a guy with a wrench and tug on the same nut he just did, and there's no big deal. It's just, are we all good? Are we all good? Are we all good? And we make sure we check everything off, and
that sound every now and again, that making noise goes
Right.
past us. The only thing George was worried about when I spoke to him before was he didn't want to let you guys down. He wasn't worried about his own safety.
Well, you know
he
what?
just want to let you guys down.
He says that every year. He's never let us down. 0, 0, 0. He's the best.
That's so cool. It's cool to catch up with you, Carbon. Appreciate it. It was good to... Your Twitter got involved when I was reaching out trying to find someone that we could come and hang with.
That was...
I think we found a pretty good team.
Gosh darn, I'm going to forget her name. She's out of Ohio, and she reached out, and she knew that I did this. You guys were looking to go to Bonneville.
Yeah.
And then I shared it with Marcy Banner.
That's
and
it.
I shared it with Steve, and then here you are or whatever. Thank you for including us in your tour.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Even though you...
Are we having a good time or what?
Even though you guys hung out with Shane.
Yeah. Let's get a quick bag in on Shane Carson. Hey, can I do an impression for you?
Yeah.
Just make a phone sound ringing for a second for me.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, this is Shane.
Hey, how's it going, Shane?
Oh my God, is that you, Kenny? How are you, Kenny?
Hey, Shane, get your butt out here.
When are you coming out to Knoxville, Shane?
Yeah, Oklahoma City.
I love the way he answers the phone. This is Shane.
Yeah.
He's a great man, mate. Him and I
you
go way
guys
back.
got Leland in there, and I mean, we all of us sprinkler guys, Leland and Schumann, and obviously Shane, and we were all West Coast guys.
Andy
here.
Hillenberg, yeah.
Yeah, on the Hillenberg thing, that was awesome too. He was a good
He's
guy.
cool, isn't
Ask
he?
him about his ticket pulling his fifth wheel with a dually at over 100 miles an hour, and he came into the pits showing off his friggin'. It was it was way over 100, and he was showing off the ticket that he got from
Really?
the cop to prove how fast his dually was going pulling that fifth wheel.
Well, you know, Kenny, we were driving here yesterday and we were doing 85, 90 mile an hour, and a man went past us with his house. Like we were tied to a tree. So, you
Welcome
know,
to America.
Oh, no. God bless America.
Right.
It's good to meet you, mate. Have a great week. I hope you get this thing sorted, and I hope that George can run when he wants to run.
And how about Biggie?
We're having a good time.
We are.
I just wish that you guys can get the result that you want, because everyone's really invested and wants to make it happen. I got to get Dad to Vegas, mate. He's you know.
It's still there.
Yeah.
5.5 hours away.
Do you know, every motel that we ask about when we're going to go somewhere, Dad says, can we stay on the first floor? That's the only thing we've got to worry about, Michael, isn't it?
first floor.
Can we stay on the first floor?
He'll be sleeping in the casino.
Mate, thank you so much for your hospitality. We really appreciate it. This has been a real blast for us. Get
Guys,
after
take
it.
care. Be safe going home.
Absolutely. It's the road to Bonneville now.